Hello, hello, it's Wednesday. I'm Christine and you are back on my Small Step Essentials channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not already, please do subscribe. I bring you a new video every Wednesday, all essential oils based, kind of showing you some DIYs, tips, tricks, ideas. But right now we are currently on part 3 of our series in the foundational oils. So today I am going to talk all about purification. Ding! Purification is actually one of the oils that gets the most use in my house. And that is because purification gets rid of odors and nasty smells. And I live in a house with 3 kids, a husband, a dog, and me. And I tend to burn things when I cook because I'm not perfect. So I definitely use this oil a lot. But let me tell you a little bit about it. It is a blend of different oils. There is citronella, lemongrass, rosemary, tea tree, lavender, and myrtle, I believe. Those are the 6 oils in there. And you might recognize some of those oils, like citronella, right? You've heard of that oil. Lemongrass, you've probably heard of many of them. And a lot of those are used outdoors, right, to keep the outdoors annoyance free. Well, the same can be said for purification because it has those oils in there. So what did I do? I used purification today and made myself a little garden spray. In this spray is purification. I also threw in some peppermint and some more rosemary. And I sprayed that on my plants to try to help keep those pests away that might want to eat my harvest. It's not a harvest. I've made one cucumber. I think I grew a cucumber and a pepper so far. I'm kind of excited, but I'm no green thumb. Anyways, moving on. So besides that, like I said, purification is used for getting rid of odors, okay? So here are some ideas for ways to use purification, ways that I use it. Laundry, okay? I sometimes tend to not switch over from the washing machine to the dryer in time, and there might be some musty smells. Well, if it's really bad and I have to do a whole cycle again, I will, and I'll put a couple drops of purification right in the dispenser where I put the detergent. And that takes those musty smells, completely away. If it's not that bad, I might throw a couple drops of purification right on a wet cloth and throw that all in the dryer with those wet clothes. Gets rid of those musty smells. I love using that for towels especially, and like gym clothes when maybe those odors aren't coming out as well. Another way that we use it, cooking. Like I mentioned, I tend to burn things, but even when I don't, say you make fish or bacon or something else where the odor lingers a little bit, if you diffuse purification, it gets those odors out of the air. So it makes the house smell nice and fresh and back to normal. What stinks? Well, shoes stink. So a couple drops on a cotton ball, stick those in those stinky shoes. Great. Couple drops on a cotton ball, stick it in the bottom of your trash pail or a diaper pail or whatever is causing nasty smells, right? The car, maybe you went on a long car trip and you stopped for some, at a drive-through to get some food, and the food sits in there and it smells. A couple of drops of purification. You can either do it in a USB diffuser they sell for the car, but if you don't have that, I like to put it a couple drops right on the top of a clothespin and pinch that right onto the car vent. That breezes through the car and gets rid of those smells, whether it be that food that sat in there, or you carpool for the kids for the soccer team or the lacrosse team or what have you. Their gear tends to stink. Those smells can now disperse because purification is in the car working its magic. Another thing you could do with purification is make an air freshener out of it. So if you put some purification in a spray bottle and fill the rest with dilute the rest with like purified or distilled water, throw that in your bag and take that with you to public restrooms, in your car and offices. If you travel and are in hotel rooms, it's a nice air freshener to have with you Another way I use purification is, like I mentioned, when I cook and I diffuse it, I like, even when I'm not cooking, I just want the house to smell fresh and clean and have that nice, clean house smell. I will put in the diffuser purification and lemon. A combination of those two oils smells great in the house. It's great before you have company over or anything like that. So those are just a few of the ways that I love to use purification personally. It's a really easy one to use because there's not so many overwhelming ways to use it. You think purification, you think clean air. So it's an easy one to kind of get the hang of. So that's it. Next week I'm going to bring you another oil in our foundational series and we'll talk about something else. Enjoy your week. Again, please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next week.